So in the CBC, they just had indigenous leaders are actually in the Vatican, right? Yeah. So I'm waiting for this live stream on CBC, and it takes forever. And then it cuts straight to Ian Hannamansing standing in front of St. Peter's Basilica. It's magnificent. And it looks like, that's for real, right? That's really good what's happening. So then Ian Hannamansing interviews these two people. One I think is maybe Métis, the other was the Inuit leader. And that young man is a smart one. Whoever the Inuit sent to the Vatican is one beautiful, intelligent human being. Really soulful character. Phenomenal. And then there was a girl that they sent with him. And she didn't have a brain in her bucket, man. It was just, I've memorized these lines, I've said this 1 billion times. Just ridiculous. And what was really astounding for me is that when they asked the Aboriginal guy, Inuit guy, how did it go? And he just said, well, by God, I can tell you, I've never been anywhere as sumptuous as this. And so I'm thinking, yeah, well, who has, right? And then he goes on to say that he travels a lot around the world. So I'm just starting, like, the hairs are starting to just prick up a bit. Like, I hope this young man every success. But I'm wondering, like, how many Inuit delegations are there traveling around Europe? Probably just one, but it kind of sounds like they're at it pretty constantly. I mean, that's what he said. So he did what I wanted him to do. What he did is that he nodded his hat to the artistry, like, immediately. The first word out of his mouth was so disarming, so hopeful. And where did it go from there? Oh yeah, I'm just wondering, there's quite a few people there, right? It's just total. If it was up to me, I'd send every Canadian to Rome. And I'd definitely send those people to Rome. It's totally okay. But, and I'm sure that they did this in other places. I mean, they weren't all, sort of Inuit dignitaries. Some of them were pretty regular people. I'm sure that a lot of them never seen anything like that. They've never seen anything like Rome. There is nothing like Rome. Oh my God. What a wonderful thing. But there were, last year some pretty ugly incidents committed by people who claim to care about Aboriginal people, I guess. They burnt down those churches. You cannot go there and not apologize for that. You can't go there and not apologize for that. And you can't be asked for an apology for that. Not by him. You should apologize to Canadians. We're not square until we get an apology. You cut Queen Elizabeth's head off.